Twitter has to give Elon Musk documents from former product head Bakepur, The Verge. A Delaware judge ruled that Elon Musk's lawyers will receive documents from Twitter's former head of product, Kayvon Bakepur, ahead of a trial over his attempt to exit their $44 billion acquisition agreement. Twitter will have to share documents from ex-product head Kayvon Bakepur. Kristen Radke, The Verge. Getty Images. Elon Musk's lawyers notched a partial win this week in their Delaware court of Chan. Plus 2280 Chars. 911 call reveals neighbors panic after Anne Heche crashed into an occupied home in LA, CNN. While questions remain about that tragic day, more information has come to light about events leading up to Heche's crash, and audio from a 911 call reveals how witnesses tried to help. CNN. The 911 call starts with a jarring observation. "A car just went through my neighbor's house." Anne Heche had crashed her blue Mini Cooper into a home in Los Angeles on August 5. And the Calais. Plus 5789 Chars. Primary election updates. Wyoming and Alaska live news. The New York Times. Harriet Hageman. Former President Donald J. Trump's pick. Defeated Ms. Cheney in a Republican House primary. Senator Lisa Murkowski and Sarah Palin are on the ballot in Alaska. But don't expect any quick results there. One morning last week, a group of leading feminists gathered inside the former Upper East Side home of one of their foremothers, Eleanor Roosevelt, for an emergency meeting. The purpose of the Guthrie. Plus 8730 Chars. Cheat meals, linked to eating disorders in adolescents and young adults. Neuroscience News. Young people who consume cheat meals, or meals that break a normal diet as a treat, are more likely to suffer from eating disorders. A new study reports. Summary. Young people who consume cheat meals, or meals that break a normal diet as a treat, are more likely to suffer from eating disorders. A new study reports. Source. University of Toronto. A. Plus 4844 Chars. Samples of asteroid return to Earth reveal possible source of water and building blocks of life. Sci-Tech Daily. Asteroids from the outer solar system may have brought the building blocks of life to Earth. New research has revealed important new clues as to how the inner solar system, including Earth, acquired its water and organic-rich components. The Essential Building. By Laura Bandel. The Open University, August 16, 2022. Japan's Hayabusa 2 mission to asteroid Ryugu. Credit. JAXA. Asteroids from the outer solar system may have brought the building blocks of life to Aya. Plus 5923 Chars. Carl Nassib. NFL's first openly gay active player. Set to rejoin books. The Washington Post. The defensive end, who made history by coming out while a member of the Raiders last year. Previously played for Tampa Bay in 2018 and 2019. Placeholder while article actions load. Buccaneers coach Todd Bowles appeared to confirm multiple reports that Tampa Bay was signing Carl Nassib, a free agent defensive end who is the NFL's first open. Plus 3655 Chars. Xbox Games Pass games announced for August. IGN Daily Fix. IGN. On today's IGN The Fix. Games. Xbox has revealed the Game Pass lineup for August 2022, including open-world Ancient Greece, noir adventure horrors, Indies. RT. Null. Stock futures are flat after Dow notches 5-day win streak, CNBC. Stock futures were flat after a pair of the country's largest retailers pushed equities higher, setting the stage for more retail earnings this week. Stock futures were little changed Tuesday evening after two of the country's big box chains, Walmart and Home Depot, pushed the Dow and S&P 500 higher and set the stage for more retail earnings. Plus 1818 chars. Swizz Beatz and Timberland suing Triller for $28 million over Versys, TMZ. Timberland and Swizz Beatz are suing Triller for $28 million over Versys. Swizz Beatz and Timberland created a super popular rap battle show, and now they're doing legal battle with the company to which they sold their idea, in the form of a $28 million lawsuit. The big plus 691 chars. Russia blames sabotage as blasts rock another military facility in Crimea, CNN. A blast at an ammunition depot in the village of Myskoye in Crimea injured at least 2 people, local authorities said Tuesday, in the second incident in a week to rock the Russian-controlled peninsula. CNN. A blast at an ammunition depot in the village of Myskoye in Crimea injured at least 2 people, local authorities said Tuesday, in the second incident in a week to rock the Russian-controlled plus 4772 chars. Polio may have been spreading in New York since April, The New York Times. A new study from the CDC provides more details about a polio case detected in New York last month, and suggests the virus has been spreading elsewhere for a year. Polio was detected in wastewater in Rockland County 25 days before the patient developed symptoms, suggesting that others had been previously infected. The fact that we see it in the sewage 25 days. Plus 951 chars. Watch NASA's Artemis moon rocket roll out to the launch pad, The New York Times. The giant space launch system is getting an early start ahead of its lunar journey, which is scheduled to start on August 29. The Space Launch System and Orion are 2 of the core components of NASA's plans to return astronauts to the surface of the Moon in the coming years. Getting there requires a rocket powerful enough to plus 2156 chars. Taijuan Walker exits Mets game early with back spasms, New York Post. The Mets saw their starting pitcher leave early for a second straight night. The Mets saw their starting pitcher leave early for a second straight night. Taijuan Walker did not come out for the third inning after pitching 2 scoreless frames against the Braves in Atlanta on plus 515 chars. Rollerdrome. Official cinematic launch trailer, IGN. Rollerdrome is available now on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC via Steam. Check out the slick animated launch trailer and get ready to take on the role. Null. Buy the dips, says Virtus Joe Terranova, CNBC Television. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Rachel Bilson jokes she misses ex-boyfriend Bill Hader's Big D, K, page 6. On an episode of her podcast, Broad Ideas, the 40-year-old actress told guest Tommy Dorfman intimate details about the Saturday Night Live alum Pete Davidson apparently isn't the only SNL alum with BDE. During a recently podcast, Rachel Bilson quipped that her ex, Bill Hader, is well endowed on Monday's episode of her Broad Ideas PODC. Plus 1622 Chars. Swizz Beatz and Timbaland suing Triller for $28 million over Versus, TMZ. Timbaland and Swizz Beatz are suing Triller for $28 million over Versus. Swizz Beatz and Timbaland created a super popular rap battle show. And now they're doing legal battle with the company to which they sold their idea, in the form of a $28 million lawsuit. The big plus 691 Chars. Walking speed could be an indicator of dementia, according to study. MSN now null. 3 years ago, a star in Orion inexplicably dimmed. Astronomers finally know why. Salon. New research from Hubble reveals the star isn't preparing to go supernova. Null. 49ers release Robert Nkemdiche, former first-round draft pick, amid roster cuts. NBC Sports. The 49ers reached the NFL-mandated 85-player roster limit on Tuesday with the release of former first-round pick Robert Nkemdiche. Less than a month after the 49ers signed defensive tackle Robert Nkemdiche to a one-year contract, the team announced the former first-round draft pick's release on Tuesday. The 49ers were Nkemdiche's plus 1453 Chars. A unique take on a vampire game #gaming #vampires #shorts, IGN null. Exclusive Biden's emergency board calls for railroad wage hikes to resolve contract talks, Reuters. U.S. President Joe Biden's emergency board tasked with helping major freight railroads and unions end a contract negotiation stalemate proposed on Tuesday annual wage increases of between 4% and 7% through 2024, according to a report seen by Reuters. Washington, Los Angeles, August 16. Reuters. U.S. President Joe Biden's emergency board tasked with helping major freight railroads and unions end a contract negotiation stalemate proposed on Tuesday a plus 3059 Chars. Britney Spears' ex Jason Alexander facing felony charges for alleged bracelet theft, TMZ. Britney Spears' first husband Jason Alexander is facing felony charges for an alleged bracelet theft in Napa. The hits keep coming for Britney Spears' first husband Jason Alexander. After serving his sentence for crashing Britney's wedding, he's now facing felony charges for an old alleged crime. The Nap. Plus 979 Chars. Arizona must cut 21% of its Colorado River water use. Feds say 12 News. Arizona's farmland is set to get drier after the Federal Bureau of Reclamation announced Tuesday the state must cut back 21% of its Colorado River water sup. Null. 4 surprising effects of cottage cheese. Eat this. Not that. Cottage cheese is a delicious snack on its own or mixed with fruit. Read on to learn some of the health effects of eating cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, you either love it or hate it. For some people, cottage cheese is a nostalgic snack that brings us back to our lunchbox days, while others can't stand the look or smell of this slightly plus 3216 Chars. Wobbling droplets in space confirm late professor's theory. Phys.org. At a time when astronomers around the world are reveling in new views of the distant cosmos. An experiment on the International Space Station has given Cornell researchers fresh insight into something a little closer to home: water. At a time when astronomers around the world are reveling in new views of the distant cosmos. An experiment on the International Space Station has given Cornell researchers fresh insight into something +5791 Chars. Serena Williams vs. Emma Raducanu, 2022 Cincinnati Round 1, WTA Match Highlights, WTA. Watch the match highlights from Serena Williams vs. Emma Raducanu at the 2022 Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati. Subscribe to the WTA on YouTube. http://w/null. Apple and Meta headsets could face a big challenge. Sticker shock. CNBC. Apple and Meta are developing technology for mixed reality that requires a lot of expensive parts and a powerful headset. Apple and Facebook parent Meta are expected to release mixed reality headsets in the coming year. That could finally fulfill the industry's promise to turn head-worn devices into the next big shift. In +8616 Chars.